Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad that you're all here. I want to let you know that I appreciate all your messages, all my new subscribers, and your comments. So please like, share, and subscribe so other people can get the message. Thanks. So today it's New Visions by the Galactic Federation of Light. And the poetic message that I received was or is called Ancient Wisdom. Magical forests are coming alive. The current energies are breaking away their disguise, so you can see them right before your eyes. Our world is magical, always has been, but the veils are thinning for you to see more of what's been hidden within. They help you attach to your inner self, for you to follow nobody else. It's time to remember who you are. It's time for you to just be, to learn to heal with your own energy. Only you know what is best for you. Only listen to others if you are guided to. Some need help while others already know that just following others is not the way to go. You came here with everything you need to know. Remove your crutches. Let your guidance come through. Only they will lead you to what's important to you. Learn to be independent. Learn to be strong. Learn to trust yourself. Let your guides lead you along. It's the only way to happiness, to singing a new song. I am knowledgeable. I am strong. My guidance shows me the way all day long. Always speak positives to create your dreams. As if you already have it, it's how your future unfolds. Do you now see? Release all your fears, feeling alone. You are always surrounded by guides, never alone. Must ask to receive. They listen intentionally. Bringing you peace, bringing you love, bringing you gifts and treasures from above. Release the dogma you still think of. Those teachings are not the way to live in harmony each day. It's not about anything but you, learning, growing, expanding self by listening to your guides, nobody else. It's important for you to understand how life is grand. When you follow your gut, it leads you to your promised land. Whatever you ask for, whatever you need, will be guided to you if you listen. So please, questions you ask could lead you to a person who knows the answers for you. When someone's name comes to mind, they have your answers. Contact them. Their answer is from the divine. Doesn't mean you contact them all the time. Unless it feels right, then it's your guidance which keeps you in line. Always connected to the divine. So, they asked me to give you examples. I know I've done this before, but there's some new ones. And it's to remind you, because we all forget. We go back to what we're used to, which is fear and taking control, because you feel like you're out of control. And the whole idea is about releasing control and allowing your guides to guide you. Why do you fear? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons you fear is because You worry about what's going to happen, or if you're sick, or do you need this, or what about these people, or what about my future, and how will I have enough money to survive, blah, blah, blah. When you do that, you're not living in the present moment. And think about right now. Now's the present moment. What memories are in your now moment? None. Is there anything to fear? No. Is there anything to do? No. In your now moment, which is every moment, every time the time changes another minute, it's another now moment. You want to create your future. One way to do it is, what is it that you want? And something that you want to change, or some negative that you think. What do? You don't say the negatives, because your body doesn't know what's now and past. They don't know what you need unless you tell them what you need. So in the now moment, let's say you think, well, I never can receive anything, and my intuition just doesn't work. I don't think I have any. Well, everybody does. And there are times that you've received information you don't even know it was from your intuition. So what do if that's what you believe? Do you say, I can never get in tuned to my guides? Is that what you say? Because if you say you never can, then you never will. So if you are your own creator, which you are your own God, which you are, then you create your own life by the words and the thoughts that you think. So you live in the now. If you think you have a hard time, let's say, getting your intuition to work, what do? Do you say that? No. You say, I am always connected to my guides. I am always connected to my guides. I hear them all the time. It is easy for me to connect to my intuition. And that's what you say. And then it'll happen. That's all you have to do. You just say what you want to create, but you don't say, well, I want to create this. No, you just say you already have. You already have it. I have the best intuition. I have the best relationship. I have the best health. This is what you do. Now, they asked me to read you a poem from my book, God's Messages of Truth. I already picked it out. Well, they picked it out. And guess where they led me to? The title of the poem is Live Now. Why are waterfalls so serene? When you view them, it makes your heart sing, takes you to another place. Good thoughts you encase. You left your worries behind. Viewing the waterfalls keeps you in line. Allows healing to take place, 'cause you're in the now with candy and lace. Let yourself just be living your moments. Brings ecstasy. It's the only way to enjoy your life. Living your past or your future only brings you strife. Bask in the moment all day, all night. The only way to live your life. Now that's a perfect example of intuition. I don't make up anything that I tell you. Everything I tell you, I'm guided to tell you. So I want to also share with you this card deck. It's called The Star Seeds by Rebecca Campbell. Now, do I take this deck out every single solitary day and give myself a reading? No. When do I give myself a reading? Do you know these cards call me and tell me that they have a message for me? That's what they do. If you want your cards to call you and tell you that they have a message for you, what do? My cards always call me and give me a message. Simple. Which brings me to oneness. A lot of people don't understand oneness. Oneness means that we're one with everything, everybody. Everything. So if you want to talk to an alien, you just do. If you want to talk to the Galactic Federation, you just do it. You can ask them anything you want and tap into your intuition, and they will guide you and listen to you and answer you. Everybody thinks everything is so difficult, that you have to be special. No, whatever I do, you do. You can do. That's what I mean. But if you want to talk to a flower, talk to the flowers. Do you know I ask my flowers every day if they need water, and they'll tell me yes or no. I mean, if you want to talk to a bird, if you want butterflies to appear, if you want a hummingbird, just ask and you will receive. It's because we have been raised in fear and propaganda and lies. Everything on this planet is a lie. Everything. So it's very important for you to understand this so you can get away from it. Now, one thing I do every day is I call on the purple violet flame to enter into my crown and burn away all my past lives and everything in this life that no longer serves me. And then thoughts will come to mind, like anything that I've done to other people, any harm that anyone's done to me, I release the memory. And you just go on like that. And that's what you do. You don't need anybody else to do this for you, because you need to remember who you are and how powerful you are. And you can just start doing this yourself. Now, the poem is about not always asking other people. So it's like, God, there's so many things. The GCR, the Nasera. Are you familiar with Nasera? Nasera is about, you know, the money that's coming, because everything has been stolen from us. I mean, our birth certificates are even crooked. I can't explain it to you because I don't understand it or I don't remember it. But everything. So taxes, house mortgages, bank interest loans, all of that stuff is crooked evil. And the government, which you know has been ruled by the cabal, which I'm sure you know this now, I hope you know this now, has orchestrated everything in this world for the past 300,000 years. So you've come to this type of life ever since you started coming here. Now, there were times that we came here, like I know I did, during the time of Atlantis, and most of the people here are from Atlantis, and we lived the truth of life. We don't live the truth of life. So the Galactics want me to remind you, you need to start living your truth of life. There are people who offer lessons so you can learn how to ascend. You can learn how to do this and that, how to be a starseed. You don't need to learn from someone else. Let me explain people to you. You, me, all of us, We are a sum total of all our lives. So I am Maxine from this life, but my body and memories and everything else is also from all my other lives. So, for instance, my stamp is rebellion. I'm extremely rebellious. No one's going to lock me in and tell me what I can and cannot do. Did I learn that from this life? No. This came from other lives. I've always been this way. And if perhaps, which I'm sure that's not going to happen, but if I was going to reincarnate again, I would have a different body, but I would still be me. I would have all those memories from all my other lives, plus all the input from this life. So do you see how we're so complex? We're all so complex. How can we seriously really have a decent relationship with someone in the way that we've been trained to have relationships? The way they're plastered on stupid romantic movies. You know, you find your person, the person who completes you, so you can live happily ever after. BS. That's such BS. That's not how it works. That works through the law of attraction. The law of attraction says you can only attract to yourself someone who loves you as much as you love yourself. Does anyone love themselves? No. It's a work in progress. It has to happen all the time. It's pretty sad if you think about it, that being negative is so easy. Being fearful is so easy, right? Because that's what's been programmed into your brain over and over and over and over again. And fake news media and all the lies. No, it's not how it works. You focus on yourself. If you have issues with guilt, you don't love yourself. Everything comes from within and goes out. You're the center of the world, your own world. You create from you. You operate from inside of you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is why you listen to your gut, your heart only. Now, what's going to happen that's going to help you along with this is on July the 9th is a new moon in Cancer. And Cancer is about emotions, and actually astrology, the way planets are lined up, influences people too. And with moon in Cancer as a new moon with all the other planets that it's aspecting, will help you know what is true and what is not true for you. So this is the reason why I'm doing this video, because you want to start doing this if you forgot, if you forget, and or if you don't know. So back in the day when there was newspapers, I guess there's probably still newspapers, but I doubt it. But anyway, back in the day when the newspaper was the big deal, you know, and you look through the paper through ads or whatever, I would just tell my guides, okay, I need to buy 4 tops long sleeve on sale. That's it. And I just let it go. And then maybe a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, I wake up and the thought in my head, let's say, is Macy's, which happens to be a store in the USA, Macy's. So Why did they tell me Macy's? Because Macy's is going to have what I'm looking for on sale. And they do. So I go to the store and there it is. So I've always followed my intuition. I will admit there are times that I don't even realize that I'm not. And there were times when I was, looking for a mate in deep search through the internet when I didn't follow it. And all I did was get into trouble. Do you know what I'm saying? It just gets you into trouble. Why do that when your guides are right here for you? And when I hurt, my arm hurts. Do I need to see a doctor? No. My stomach hurts. Do I need to see a doctor? No. Of course, if I do, they will tell me. But let me tell you what they did. One day, like 2 months ago, I was driving and all of a sudden my dentist comes to my head. And then I'm seeing me driving to my dentist. And I'm going, I don't want to go to the dentist. So I just started wondering, I wonder why that's going on. So I thought, well, if they really want me to go to the dentist, they're going to let me know again. And lo and behold, that's what they did. So I finally said, are you trying to tell me I need to go to the dentist? They said, yes. Well, that got me worried because there must be something wrong, right? Isn't that what we think? Something's really bad. Something's really wrong. So I go, is something really wrong? No. Well, why do they want me to go to the dentist? So anyway, I made an appointment for a cleaning. And I had some bleeding in my gum over here since my last cleaning. And swelling that I've never had. So when I went to the dentist and as I was getting my teeth cleaned, all of a sudden I felt something sharp in my mouth. And I told the hygienist, what is over here that's so sharp in my mouth? And there was something that had been dug deep into my gums, and with her cleaning, brought it up. Or it was the time, because it was hurting me for a while. So it was the time that it was going to come out. She got it out, and it was taken care of. My gums stopped swelling and stopped bleeding. So, duh. Do I need to worry? Do you need to worry? No. Have a relationship with your guidance, with your higher self. Now, coming to Nasera, which I was bringing up before, on Telegram, I was invited into the GCR Telegram group. Don't ask me how or why, because I can't share it with anyone and I can't invite anyone. But it's all about Nasera. If you don't know about Nasera, it's just about the money that I was mentioning earlier coming out. Now, every day they would say it's going to be released tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. This has been going on since I've been following it for a year. Other people have been following it for like 5 to 10 years. Thank God, not me. So I just stopped. And I didn't stop listening. I stopped and said to my guides, is this money going to come through in the next couple of days like they said? No. So I said, or I asked, the cabal has to be completely cleared away for this to come out. And they said, yes. And do you know that's exactly what's still going on? Even to the point where last week I was told for positively sure it was going to happen, and it didn't. And even the Galactics are shocked of how evil this planet is, how they do not stop with their evilness, but every day they're finding more people to arrest. And they've been arresting people right and left. And 2 weeks ago, Mexico and all the Latin American countries actually posted on mainstream media about Nasera Jacera. This is debt relief. all debts paid, all money coming back, all mortgages that you've owned homes before, money coming back. So what's going to happen is eventually there's not going to be rich and poor, middle class, upper class, lower class. Everyone is going to have the same amount of money. Most of Hollywood's going to be in prison because they're all part of the cabal. And the ones that aren't, if they have a lot of money, it's not going to be just they're going to have all this money, that they get control of the internet, they get control of the media and social media. All you have to do is be on television once and all of a sudden you're some reality star who can post all your crap and keep getting paid. You don't even have to work anymore because so many people are so used to following these idiots and listening to everything they have to say. That's all going to end. Because do you listen to the person who's famous? No. Do you listen to the news? No, not yet. You don't. Do you listen to your friends? Do you listen to your family? No. You listen to your inner self always. Now there's a story. My girlfriend contacted me about 3 or 4 days ago, and she said, I want to share a story with you. She said it was her daughter's 40th birthday. Now, she doesn't really get along with her daughter, but went through her mind, well, I'm her mother. We don't get along. We argue a lot. She's mean and nasty to me. But it's her 40th birthday. I'm going to buy her presents and take her out to dinner and spend all this money on her. Why? Anyway, the story goes such. During her dinner, her daughter told her all the reasons why she hates her, told her how she destroyed her life, that everything that's wrong with her life is her mother's fault, her fault, and her sister, everything that's wrong with her life is her fault too. Then she got up off the table and stormed out. This was her birthday dinner. Now, before her dinner, she said, this is why she told me. She said, you were like sitting on my shoulder, Maxine, and you were telling me, you know you don't have to do this. You know you don't have to do this. You know you don't have to do this. Now, who was me that was on her shoulder? It was one of my multidimensional selves. My multidimensional self goes everywhere, can go into your dreams, go into your visions, just like everyone else. We're multidimensional. Now, to make it in this world, you follow your intuition, your gut, and your heart always and only. I follow my food. I mentioned this before, but I'm sure all of you are having problems with indigestion and stomach and all kinds of issues with food. And you don't follow what the media and the diet programs tell you and what you should eat for your body and not eat. They don't know your body. Who knows your body? You know your body. Your higher self knows your body. Your higher self knows what's best for your body, not the diet program, not the doctors, not anyone, unless it's a medical intuitive, because a medical intuitive is guided by their higher self and your higher self. They have a conversation. It's just how to live. It's easy to be happy and it's easy to have fun, and you're never lonely because magical stuff happens all around you, because you're connected to the oneness of yourself. You're connected to the oneness of all. You understand and you're starting to remember who you truly are. You can heal yourself and you can make yourself sick. You know who you should be with. It's not who you're supposed to be with, or what you have to do, or what you should do out of guilt. No. It's all about you because you are only you now. Your family is just your family this life. You chose your family for karmic purposes. And when you leave this life, they won't be just your main family because they're not. Everybody on the world is your family. Plants are your family. Aliens are your family. Do you get it? Are you getting it? Gosh, I hope you're getting it. Now, I have watched a lot of Netflix, and I only ask my guides to pick out my shows. Because there's a lot of evil in shows. So, I was getting a little aggravated because movies are third dimensional. They show you lying, cheating, deceit, stealing, robbery, drugs, sex. Everything they talk about is third dimensional. So I said to myself, I surely can't wait until the truth comes out. So if television still exists, which I'm sure it will, then we can start watching movies about truths of who we are, and not about them telling you who you are, but by showing you who you are. And lo and behold, I didn't even have to wait because I put that into my guidance, and bam, they led me to the Netflix movie The Gift. And I so suggest you watch it because it is 5-dimensional. Everything about it is 5D. And this is what's interesting. It's not even a movie. Excuse me, it's not even a movie. It's not a movie. It's a series. It has 3 seasons, but each season is only 8 chapters, if you want to call them that. I don't know, 8 episodes. So it's fast. It's not, months of this show. And everything that comes out in that movie is truth. Truth about oneness, truth about ascension, truth about who you are, truth about your powers, truth about all of it. Yet it's a Turkish series. Keep calling it a movie. It's Turkish, but they dubbed it in English. Maybe in Europe, it's in other languages. I really don't know. But in America, on Netflix, it's in English. And it is the most amazing story because really what it does is tells you all the things that I bring up, all the things that I mention. There's a girl, the main character, who does this. But the funny thing is when something spiritual happens, they start to play the spooky music. Like it's something to fear, something to be afraid of. But you see, when you're awake, you kind of laugh at that part of it. It's just the music anyway. Because there's nothing to fear. It's not lies. It's not ghost. It's not scary. It's not demonic. No, it's the truth of life. And so I suggest, if you want to give it a whirl and take a look at it. It's called The Gift, and it shows you how we're all connected in a series. So it's just like a regular program that tells you the truth, where all the other regular programs only tell you lies, show you lies, talk about lies. That's it. That's the difference, if that makes sense. It's just hard to explain. So I want to bring up how my guides also help. Well, they've helped me with everything, with food, with medical, with healing. Like when I had high blood pressure, they told me just to say, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, lower my blood pressure. They guide me to everything. I have a relationship with my guides. People ask me, don't you get bored? No, I have a million people in my house. I have fairies, I have elementals, I have animals that are from other worlds. I have entities. Last night there was like 300 people in my house. It's a hologram is what it is. And they're dancing. They're all dancing and partying and having fun. The elementals that appear on my flowers, the red flower turns into a hat. The face fills out. They look like humans or they look like dogs and they talk to me. I mean, how can you get bored? And you just have a relationship with yourself, with your guidance, and with people. I love helping people. This is why I do this. And this is why I encourage you to contact me if you have issues or have a hard time figuring things out. This is why I'm here, to help you figure things out. One time, this was another time a long time ago, I had to buy a gift for an employee. I think it was Christmas. And you know, that's not the easiest thing to do, is to buy a gift for someone that you work with. So who did I ask? I asked my guides. They told me the store to go to. I went to the store. I said, okay, well, now you need to let me know what to buy. And I walk up and down the aisle, and what they want me to buy falls off the shelf. Now, it's a tray. It's like a fold-down tray. It's about this big with, little legs. And actually, you could put it on your lap. So it's like, I don't know, if you want to have breakfast in bed, let's say, and your spouse or whatever brings you some food, you could eat it in bed on this tray. And I'm thinking, why the heck do you want me to buy her this? But I did it because I didn't know why. Do you ever know why? No. What do? You trust. What happened? Why did they have me buy her this gift? Because the next day, she was in a car accident. She was in the hospital. And then she went home bedridden. That's why she was able to eat in bed comfortably. This is why you don't question your intuition. Now, this was really important because there are other entities that will interfere when you are speaking to your higher self, and I get that a lot. And a lot of times I'm thinking that they told me to do something and it wasn't them. And I get a little upset about it. So I've told my higher self, do this so I know for sure it's you, or do that so I know for sure it's you. I'm going to say this. But then these other spirits hear that. So I said, is there something I can do to help me connect with you better? And they go, yeah. And I'm like, I thought I'd been asking you this question, but apparently I didn't ask exactly. I just assumed or something. I don't know. So they said, yeah, get a stone. And they know that I have a whole bunch of crystals and I don't remember their names and what they do. So they said, don't worry about it, Maxine. We'll just give you the color. So they told me to get the blue crystal that I have. Now I have this jar about this big with crystals that I bought a couple of years ago, and I named them all and put a little note on what they do. So they sent me to this crystal, blue lace aggregate. Now, what is the full meaning of blue lace aggregate? Well, it has a lot of meanings, and I Googled it. Guess what one of the meanings was, other than calmness and peace and harmony? Connects you with your higher self. So this stone is with me all the time. And I don't have those issues anymore. Simple. It's free will. We have free will on this planet. So you have to ask to receive. And then you have to follow what you receive. Because if you ask to receive and you ignore it, do you think you're going to get guided like I do? No, because you have to follow it. They have to know that you're following it, that you're listening, that you're really serious about changing, serious about being who you really want to be. That's all you need to do. Don't make life so difficult, because life is really simple and you have the guidance that you need. Always. Just ask. Ask for everything. If you're having issues with your stomach, do I need to see a doctor? Is it something I'm eating? Now, let me tell you this. With all the energy, and I'm sure you're feeling it, it's been so intense that one way it hits me is hot flashes. I mean, I get out of the shower and I gotta blast my AC because I just sweat. And it's been increased tenfold with all the energy. When the energy is that intense, I don't even go out. Because I'm not supposed to go out, and neither are you. I mean, obviously if you have a job, you have to go to your job. If you have to buy something at the store, you can do that. But as far as running around into the world, it's probably best that you don't do it. But that's, obviously we all have free will choice. So anyway, you want to always ask and follow what you don't know, what you need help with. And now people will get guidance from other people when your guides direct you to those people. So, or you can ask them, I need to know what is the best natural antibiotic on the planet. Is there a person that I know that knows this information? Yes. What's that person's name? They tell me. I call them. They have the information. So, if you have fear, is something from your past, something you need to release, something you need to let go of. Because fear is false evidence appearing real. It's a traumatic experience you've had. So find out why you have the experience, learn from it, release it, let it go. Don't allow it to rule your life, run your life. Because you allow it. You allow everything that happens to you. You create everything that happens to you. I'm telling you, the Galactics are telling you, you don't need to. Just let them guide you, let them show you the way, and follow your heart every day, all day. That's it. Oh, I did write some notes. I wanted to say, if you're dating, one red flag, that's an exit sign. Do not question it. Do not think it's going to change. Don't do that. Leave. One red flag. That means go. Period. I don't care how much time, if you're engaged, I don't care. Go. You weren't supposed to be with that person to begin with, because the red flag gets redder. You know what I mean? It keeps increasing. It doesn't go away. Maybe he will change. Maybe she will change. Oh, get over it. Let it go. Now, I want to tell you another story because I wrote this down. I have, as you know, 3 husbands. But you always need to be truthful in relationships. Why aren't people truthful? Oh, because maybe he won't like me. Maybe she won't like me. And if she doesn't like me, then no one will like me. No. It's not about what other people will like, if they will like you or not. It's about, do you love yourself? You love yourself first before you can even think about having a relationship. And I have a friend who totally ignores it. She's going to do it her way. And she gets in and out of one relationship after another, after another, after another, and it doesn't stop. And she still it isn't time for her to learn that that's not the way to go. So this is an interesting story because it's my third husband. Now, by the time I had my third husband, I thought I got this all under control. But I did not know about self-love. So I did not. Now, it's always about being truthful. When you meet somebody, you are your truth. What you like, what you don't like. Do you worry about what they think about you? No. Does it matter? No, it does not matter. Because it's not that there's something wrong with you. It's that the person's not your person. Not meant for you. That's it. Somebody else is. Next. Anyway, with my third husband, I didn't know about unconditional love. I didn't know about loving self. And at the time, I was 46, I think. So this person was 24 years younger than me. And black. Now, what's my point here? Oh, so obviously, if he's 24 years younger than me, it's not anyone I'm even considering having a relationship with, right? Which is true. But he wanted to have a relationship with me. But in the beginning, we didn't talk about age, so I didn't know how old or young he was. He didn't know how old or young I was because we didn't talk about it, because age isn't a matter anyway. And so then, obviously I found out that he was 24 years younger than me. So I said, we can just be friends. And he had told me that he wanted me to help me find the best person for me. Was he being truthful? No. Who did he think the best person was for me? He thought he was. So what did he do? Asked me, and I told him everything that I was looking for. So what did he do? He played the role. 2 years he played this role of everything that I wanted. And what happened? I'm like, who cares how young he is? He's smart, he's intelligent, he's perfect, he's everything I've been looking for, right? Well, lo and behold, we got married. Did he get down on one knee? No. None of my husbands ever did. But did we have a wedding? No. We went to the Justice of Peace to get a license, and they talked us into getting married. Don't ask me. We didn't have rings. It was December, but it was hot, so we were in shorts. I had to go to work. Anyway, what happened? 3 weeks passed. And I said, who is this person that I married? This person isn't who he was the whole time we were dating. Why? Because he entrapped me. He wasn't truthful. He was pretending to be everything that I wanted to be so I could have him. Then I marry him and find out that he's nothing like I thought. That marriage lasted 12 years only because he was in the military, and maybe out of the 12 years, we actually maybe were together 5 or 6, maybe. Because you're interrupted in the military all the time, right? So, anyway, these are just stories, visions I wanted to share with you. What's the best food? Oh, and that was the other thing about food, is they tell you that salt is really bad for you. And I was going to mention this earlier, but it slipped my mind. Now, who are they? Do they know your body? Nobody knows your body but you and your higher self. So, or the medical intuitive. But I did bring that up, and I forgot to mention this part. The salt. When this energy is so intense, sometimes, and I know maybe some of you do, I start getting the shakes. My whole body shakes and I feel like I'm going to pass out. And what do my higher self tell me? Eat salt. So they have me eat like popcorn or chips, lots and lots of salt. And bam, my shakes are gone. Now, I'm not telling you to do that for yourself, but I'm telling you, ask your higher self when you shake, what can you eat or do that will get rid of it? These are the things that you do, and it gets rid of it. And as far as being vegan, yeah, I wanted to be vegan. I was vegan for, I think, a year, maybe 2. What did it do to me? It hurt me. It harmed me. It wasn't good for me. So it's not universal, not at this moment in time. That it got to the point that I had to spend quite a bit of money, because medical intuitives are not covered by your insurance, and they're not cheap. And every single thing I was eating was harming me. I couldn't have sugar or any food that created sugar. What did I eat all the time? Bananas and potatoes. Can I eat bananas? No. Can I eat potatoes? No. Those 2 foods turn into sugar. Can't have them. Do you know these things? No, you don't, because no doctor on this planet will tell you that, because it's intuitive. I can't have garbanzo beans, any beans. I can't have legumes. That means peas, beans, garbanzo beans, kidney beans. That was my protein. That was what I was eating all the time. I can't have soy. Soy is deadly to me. All the vegan meat was made with soy. Or coconut. Can't have coconut. Did I know this? No. My medical intuitive, I had to see him 3 or 4 times because he started noticing, you can't have this. And then my higher self would tell him to ask me, what did you eat last night? Oh, I had coconut ice cream. Oh, you can't have coconut. So I don't sit down and eat. Well, I can't have pasta. So it's pretty much I'm on the caveman food diet, which is no grains, because there weren't grains. Apparently grains are not good for you. No pasta, no grains, no pasta, no legumes, no dairy, no gluten. All of that harms your health. All of it. Well, all of that does. The gluten, the dairy, the soy is poison for everybody. But these are the things, if you're having issues with weight, you're having issues with your stomach, whatever, you're eating something that's not good for your body. There's only one person who's going to know that. Your higher self, your gut, your intuition, or a medical intuitive. So, I think I made my point. And this is what you want to do. You want to be your true self. You want to live your true self. You want to follow only yourself. And yes, you can listen to my messages, of course, because I'm teaching you how to help yourself. If you want to ask me a question, your guides will lead you to me or somebody else. Make sense? This is the point. You're going to get extra help with the new moon in 3 days. And to let you know, too, that Sarah is happening. They've done a lot of arrests. The Biden administration has tried to stop it, but as far as I heard, it's a go. And it's going to happen sometime this week or next week. So just relax. Don't worry if you have money problems. Don't worry about anything. This money is going to be equally spread around everyone. There's the whole world. There will be no homeless people. There will be no rich, no poor. There will be no mortgages to pay. And who knows how else it's going to be. I mean, I heard we're going to go back to the prices, at least in the USA, of 1950. Now, that might not be true, but oh my God, if it was true, then pennies would be important again. Because I used to buy candy for 2 cents. And I used to have completely furnished homes with no electricity to pay for, no water to pay for, which is also coming. And I paid $150 a month for it. So you see, life is good and it's changing. And all the messages that I've received in the past 2 weeks from my guides is all about that. All my poetry. So if you're on Facebook, Facebook has blocked me from putting my poetry on my story. They block you from my timeline. They don't show me. So I'm just letting you know. I post on Facebook the title of my new message, and then it's up to you if you want to read it or not. Anyway, thank you for joining and for subscribing and for sharing. And any questions that you have or any comments that you would like to make, I do appreciate it. So have a great day. Live in the now. Follow your guidance. All is good. Bye.